so excited to host this event for all of our volunteers across Metro Atlanta. The exciting thing is you're everywhere, and sometimes it's hard to get everyone in the same room. So today is a day for you to sit back and learn, and I hope be very encouraged that you've chosen to be a volunteer with Wellspring Living. Our volunteer program coordinator is Lisa Steerwalt, and she's going to be your MC today. Lisa.
Thank you, Mary Frances. I'm so happy to be here, and I am so honored and privileged to be able to introduce the leaders in our volunteer program. The Enrichment Coordinators are staff members who are responsible for all of the volunteer activities on various programs. Our Enrichment Coordinators are Ariel Lee, and she serves in the Youth Academy. Demisha Hutchinson, who is actually the program coordinator at the Receiving Hope Center, but functions in the role of Enrichment Coordinator at this time. Carrie-Ann Phillips works for the Women's Receiving Program North. Najma Calhoun is the Enrichment Coordinator for the Women's Academy, and she is the Community Coordinator for our Graduate Village. Valeria Scavella is the Enrichment Coordinator at the Girls Residential Program. The volunteer captains are amazing volunteers who come alongside the Enrichment Coordinators to support and assist with the administration of the volunteer program. Keisha Atto serves at the Girls Residential Program. Lisa Braddock serves at the Receiving Hope Center. Rhea Story serves at the Girls Residential Program. Suzanne Howard serves at the Receiving Hope Center. And Tracy McCam, she serves at the Graduate Village. History and statistics have shown that volunteers investing in trauma survivors brings incredible hope and a boost in self-esteem. And so that's why we're here, to share with you tangible pathways for you to get involved. And we also want to communicate the great impact that volunteers have on our participants.
Yes, it is incredible to watch what happens when participants have volunteers investing in them. I remember at the very beginning of Wellspring Living, which is almost 20 years now, one of our participants told me at graduation the thing that impacted her life so much. And I thought, oh, it was the counseling sessions, or it was the direct care people that are working alongside of her. And she said, actually, it was the fact that volunteers would come and invest in me when I know they knew I'd had a rough past, but they cared for me anyway. The fact that you care, whether you're doing it personally, like interacting with our volunteers, or even doing yard work. We've heard so many say, oh my goodness, they're out there doing yard work, making this place beautiful for me. Or doing things with our box buddies that you're going to hear about. All of those things are speaking a message to participants that they are worth it, that their lives are worth living, that they should stay committed because people care about them, and that it gives them that confidence that they can become the person they were created to be.
Now I would love to introduce you to Georgia Lungaro. She is joined by Pam Graham, the store manager at Wellspring Treasures in Peachtree City, and Amanda Phillips, the retail general manager for all of our retail stores. Let me tell you just a little bit about Georgia. She served at Wellspring Treasures in Peachtree City for almost 10 years. She's dependable and cares about the store so much. Her experience is invaluable, and she's able to work anywhere in the store. Every year, Georgia takes care of all the Christmas donations, cleaning, pricing, putting them in storage. It's a huge job, let me tell you. And thanks to her, our Christmas merchandise is always ready to go. Georgia is a true gem and will do whatever is asked of her with a sweet spirit. We can't say enough good things about her, and we're so thankful for her many years of service. In spite of the challenges and difficulties we faced in 2020 with limited service and operations, Georgia still managed to clock 750 volunteer hours. That is amazing. Her dedication and commitment to Wellspring Living is why we want to present her with this Distinguished Volunteer Award. Thank you so much, Georgia.
Wellspring Living is important to me because I'm a Christian and a mom. Both are callings which begin with a whole lot of love. And I have teenagers running in and out of my house all the time. And so this hits very close to home in that the ages that are most likely to be targeted for exploitation and trafficking. My favorite thing is when I show up and they recognize me and are happy to see me, and that makes me feel like we've had a connection. I'm doing something that brings them joy, and I can share my time and my love with them because they're worth it. Our FACS ministry has a 3-part mission. We want to raise awareness. We want to create change in our state government and laws in the way we look at survivors and perpetrators. But we also want to serve the young women and the girls who are in need of our love and support. Join me in the fight against human trafficking.
I've been volunteering with Wellspring Living for several years. As a human trafficking survivor myself, I know firsthand just how important the programs and services that Wellspring Living offers is. And after a victim has been rescued, the work of recovery it's just beginning. As I reflect back on my time volunteering at Wellspring Living, there's one thing that stands out. I signed up to volunteer because I wanted to give back. But what I realize is that I've received much more than I gave. I consider it a privilege to work with these women and youth, and I feel like I learn more from them than they learn from me. I remember one time I was going to the girls' residential program to teach a session to the girls, and there were about 9 participants there that day. And so I taught this session, and as I was wrapping up, one of the participants came up and asked if she could give me a hug. Of course, I said. So she leaned over to give me a hug, and she kind of patted me on the back and whispered in my ear. She said, "You did a good job." And I thought how amazing it is that regardless of what she's been through, after all that she has been through, here I was the one trying to encourage and inspire her, and she was wanting to encourage me. I think it's incredibly exciting to see just the transformation that the participants go through over time. When someone has been through trauma of human trafficking, they feel broken and worthless and forgotten. And our job is to help them realize that healing is possible and that their dreams are possible. And they do have dreams. Some of them dream of going on to be a doctor or a lawyer or a counselor and therapist to help other people. Some of them want to start their own business and be entrepreneurs. Some of them wanted to join the armed forces and serve our country. You know, these victims of human trafficking have seen the very worst in humanity and evil, and yet they learn to go on and have hope. I think what's most important is that part of our job is helping them realize that they do have self-worth, that they do have a purpose, and that they do have value. What's probably one of the most important parts of our job in helping them heal and recover is helping them realize that what happens to them is not as important as who they become and who they have the potential to become. I would just encourage you to get involved however you feel comfortable. Maybe you want to sign up and volunteer and work directly with the participants. Maybe you'd feel more comfortable baking a batch of cookies or cooking a home-cooked meal. Maybe you're more comfortable with ordering some extra supplies from Amazon or just simply making a donation. It doesn't take much to make a big impact. Above all else, these survivors need help in recreating an identity, right? When someone's been through trauma like this, their sense of self has been shattered. And the programs and services that Wellspring Living offers help them recreate their identity, not as a victim, but as a survivor. You know, Mother Teresa taught us, she said, what matters most is the joy that you've spread, the good that you've done, and the love that you have shared. And at the end of the day, what's important in life is who you've lifted up, how you've helped someone else, and how you've given back.
Thank you so much, Ria. You're an inspiration for sure. Now I would like to share with you a little bit about the different volunteer engagement opportunities we have available. Our first option is participant volunteers. Participant volunteers serve through interactive activities with participants, such as preparing meals, teaching life skills courses, tutoring, and celebrations.
Hey, it's Valeria Scavella, the Enrichment Coordinator at the Girls Residential Program. Welcome to our virtual event, and thank you for the opportunity to share a little with you about our participant volunteer opportunities. At GRP, we serve and provide transformative care to girls ages 12 to 17 in both a residential and a school setting. So this unique setup will allow you the opportunity to have a wealth of opportunities to interface and serve with the girls, whether it's virtual or in person. In a school setting, we have the opportunity for you to serve as a tutor. You can come in and work with the girls on their ELA, social science, any areas in which they need to strengthen their academics. What about being a sponsor for an educational fund outing? That's a great opportunity too. We would love for our girls to have opportunities to go on college tours. So that's another area to consider. Typically, we're looking at those taking place between the hours of 9 and 12 in the morning. And if that doesn't work for you, what about a lunch and learn? Great opportunity for our girls to hear from you in a 50-minute period and learn about self-care, to share personal hygiene tips to our young ladies. In the afternoon, the girls go back to school, and during this time, it's a social skills setting. So this is where we utilize our volunteers more and allow them to come in and teach finance courses to our girls, resume writing, Microsoft coding. What about a book club? It's a great opportunity to help our girls become more avid readers. In the afternoons, we love for the volunteers to come in and look at helping our girls with cooking classes, or even if you as a volunteer would love to come in and prepare a meal or even drop off a meal, we would love that. In the weekends, we're looking at the opportunity for volunteers to come in, whether you want to do arts and crafts with our girls. There's a possibility of doing a workshop. Career workshop would be a great opportunity to encourage our girls and to also have that opportunity to interface with them. So your commitment as a participant volunteer, it allows our girls personal growth because it's going to build leadership skills. It also encourages our girls to continue with learning opportunities. Also, it allows our girls to achieve their goals. Your commitment also will provide trauma-focused care. This is just one of those areas where our therapists are diligent in assisting our girls. So it helps our girls build healthy relationships, healthy boundaries. It helps them to regulate their own emotions and have healthy behavior. So all of that is because of your commitment. Last but not least, your commitment to being a participant volunteer also serves as a model. You are a role model for a strength-based approach.
Retail volunteers serve in general operations in one of the upscale resale stores. Profits from our retail stores generate significant funds, which hugely impacts our ability to care for our youth and women.
Hi, my name is Najma Calhoun, and I am the Enrichment Coordinator and the Graduate Village Community Coordinator. I am so excited today because I get to tell you about two of my favorite places at Wellspring Living. Can you guess what they are? They are our two retail stores, one in Peachtree City and one in Duluth. Who doesn't love to shop? And the great thing that I love about our retail stores is that is a chance where you can serve and volunteer. Our volunteers that come and serve at our retail stores, it's normally their first time hearing about Wellspring Living, and it's also their first time generally hearing about how human sex trafficking is so big in Atlanta. And so they come and they serve and they start to become like our family. It's so exciting. And you're probably wondering, well, how could I serve at one of the stores? And I'm here to tell you that you could help with tagging, you could help with incoming donation products, you can help with displaying of items, picking items that we can sell. I don't even know how your schedule is, but I want to tell you, we'll be so grateful if you come and serve once a month or once a week or twice a month or twice a week. And a lot of our volunteers, they come and work 2-hour shifts, or you can work a 4-hour shift, or you can serve for 6 hours, whichever is best for you. And also we accommodate large groups as well. So if you have a church group that you want to come and serve, or your family or your friends, we can accommodate them too. You all can help with painting or refreshing some new things at the store. And then my favorite part is, drum roll please, you get 25% off if you volunteer at one of our retail stores. It doesn't get any better than that. Why? Because everyone loves to shop. So I hope that you will be a part of our Wellspring Living family and volunteer at one of our retail stores. We are open 6 days a week, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we would love to have you at our Peachtree City location or our Duluth location. Please join us. Be a part of our family.
Serve days are for groups who want to come together for hands-on projects. From lawn care to donation drives, your group's time and energy goes a long way in supporting our programs.
Hi, my name is Carrie-Ann Phillips. I am the Enrichment Coordinator at the Women's Residential Program North. One of the opportunities we get to benefit from is serve days. Serve days are opportunities where groups can serve our girls and women through hands-on projects. Serve days make a huge difference in the sense that it allows these groups to engage indirectly in the work that we do, but it also allows them to accomplish these large projects and tasks such as lawn maintenance and yard care, donation drives, organizing and deep cleaning, projects that our team simply could not do alone. So one example of how serve days impact our participants is it allows them to see that there are people who are willing to come and offer their time, their skill, to do things for them without anything in return. It reminds me of a story that I heard during one of our group classes where we were talking about ways in which we can see how much God loves us. And one of the women actually shared that when she see groups come and do these projects, it just reminds her, even though she cannot see God, it reminds her that He loves her because there are people who are willing to serve and to help and to make sure that our property looks nice. As you can see, serve days have a huge impact on our participants, and it's an area that we would love to continue to engage you in the future. Thank you.
Box Buddies offer an opportunity for families and friends to fulfill tangible needs by assembling boxes that provide much needed support for daily living and a boost of encouragement on special days like birthdays.
Hi, amazing volunteers. I want to start off by saying how grateful we are for you and how honored we are that you spend your time and your energy to be a part of the work that we do. We are so grateful for you. We are so honored by you, and we just thank you so much. And I also want to tell you about an opportunity that we have for you to give to our participants in a tangible way that meets their daily needs in a little bit special, and that's called Box Buddies. So what Box Buddies is you or your family or your friends or whoever you decide to build together can get together and assemble a box that meets a certain need for our participants. And we have 4 different types of boxes. The first box is the birthday box. Now, we all enjoy getting something a bit special on our birthdays, whether that's a card or a gift, or even just like someone remembering that it's the day in which you were born. And so we are able to give that same opportunity to our participants. And so in the birthday box, you can put cards or candles or something a little bit special, anything that signifies like it's your special day, it's your birthday, and we're grateful that you were born. Our next box is our food box, and our food box is very similar to the boxes that we do on holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas. And so it just is a box of easy to make meals that can help our participants. And so in that box, you can do pasta, rice, tuna, chicken, pasta sauce, cereal, oatmeal, all of the easy to cook foods and meals. Then the next box that we have is our hygiene box, and our hygiene box is all the different hygiene items in which you would need to continue your day. And so that can be toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, a comb, shampoo, conditioner, lotion, all the different hygiene needs. You can all put it all in this box. And then our last box is our household box, and which is all the household items that you would need to keep your house going. And so that can be hand soap, hand sanitizer, paper towels, toilet tissue, light bulbs, batteries, things that we don't think about often, but that help our house go along. And so that can be in the household box. And so you can pick either one of these boxes to assemble and to give to our participants, because all of these meet a certain need, whether an encouragement or something makes you feel good, or the being met of your basic needs. So we invite you to do one of these boxes. Our participants would definitely love it because you can put your own little touch on it. Like, it is a gift from you made by your hands. And so I'm just so excited to give you this opportunity for you to do this, and we know that it will be great. We thank you so much. We appreciate you so much, and we'll see you later.
Great testament as to the immense impact that volunteerism has on participants with Wellspring Living. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.
I was sex trafficked, stopped because I found out that I was pregnant then. Had a miscarriage. And that's when I finally was like, I'm ready to change my life. I need a program that's gonna help me become better. I don't need a step-down program. I'm gonna feel tempted to, run away and go back to being sex trafficked. And they was like, well, we can send you to Wellspring. And I was like, well, let's see if it works. Well, before I got to Wellspring, I would say a delinquent. I was sex trafficked. I went through a whole bunch before I got to Wellspring. I ran away from a foster home because I didn't like it. So I went back to the street. Well, when I first walked through the door, it was a different setting. It was more like home. I got to Wellspring. They treated me like family right through the door. It built my confidence back because being sex trafficked makes you feel dirty and less of yourself. They taught me how to basically, overcome depression. I was real depressed and just in my shell. I walked out of here a new person, happy, just, ready to start life, have my last little teenage years, back and, just grow into a rose out of concrete, as I would call it.
When I hear the phrase "stand by me," what I love about it is that it's not a hand-me-down. It's not this pedestal that anyone gets to be on and say, oh, this is what I'm doing for these people. It is truly a partnership. It is a walking alongside. It is an opportunity for me as the mentor, hopefully, to share with Aaliyah things that I had to learn the hard way. Hopefully things that would maybe keep her from having to learn it in the hard way I had to learn it. And it's also me getting to learn from her. It's the things that she's gonna teach me. It's the ways we're both gonna learn from each other about life, about womanhood, about all of the things that make each of us, uniquely who we are. So I love the idea that mentoring is about standing by someone. And I love that language too, just because I have so much honor and admiration and respect for the girls and women that are survivors, that are graduates of Wellspring's program, that are currently participating, because they are smart. They have goals and dreams and purpose. They don't need us to be looking down on them about anything. If anything, I found there were a lot more times that I had a lot to learn from them, even more than it was that I was there to teach them a bunch of things. So I think it's good for us to think about it in a communal sense. We stand together, we walk beside each other.
The whole program just pushes you to do better. Everybody wants you to do better. Nobody wants you to fail. After you become a survivor, your life doesn't end. Just, go with the flow of life, but just don't go with the bad flow of life.
I think we're all busy. We all have different things going on in our schedules, different commitments. And one of the things I love about Wellspring is there are a lot of ways to plug in. I would say to anyone that you're hearing these stories, you're seeing the brilliance of these girls and women, you want to be inspired by them, you want to be able to give, to support them in whatever way that you can, to stand by them. There's always a way. There's always a way that you can find that works for your schedule, that can help the organization, that can help the young girls and women. That's why I volunteered, because I loved getting to know them, because I loved getting to be with them. So it can be a one thing that you can say, here's my one thing I can do, and do that. You will be surprised how far that one thing might go to helping a young girl or woman. You'd be surprised how far that one thing will change you and make you better too.
To the people that I never met that helped within this program, I want to say thank you for everything. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know where I'd be. If you guys didn't do the things that you did for us. To have somebody come into my life 5 years ago and basically be here, even though our mentorship was supposed to last a year, it's gonna last eternity.
Forever.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. One of the things that we've always talked about, and that is very consistent with you, is when you decide you're gonna do something, you do it. Mm-hmm. And you are very connected inside of yourself to know what it is you want out of your life. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is gonna carry you so many places in your career, as a mom, that you're in tune inside yourself. What is it that I want? Is this right to me? Does this feel good or not good to me? What are the decisions I need to make to get down that road? Mm-hmm. You have always had that strong inner compass. Yes. And I know that it's going to carry you far. And it has been and will continue to be an honor to me to be in your life.
It is a relationship that I will always cherish. So,
me too.